Jon Lovitz in Phoenix. I hit the button about 30 seconds early, so now we're live on air right away. But you know what? We just go with the flow here. We're live with all the viewers watching right now. And let me just see.
Live?
Live. We are live right now. I was just looking up Trump versus McCain. And I don't know what your take is on politics, but I always ask every comedian that comes up here right away what their take is on Donald Trump entering the political arena.
Oh, well, I've actually known him for a long time.
You want to bring him?
I don't know. I've known him for a long time, and I think it's fascinating that he's doing so well. And it's like who knows what's going to happen. But I also think it's ridiculous that there's 15 people running, and now there's 14.
It started at 17.
It's absurd. 17?
Yeah.
I don't know why. You would think the Republican Party would say there's a limit.
Yeah, I don't think there is, though. I don't know if there's actually an official limit to it. I think in theory everyone can just keep doing it.
So how are you going to know everybody and remember everybody?
No, I think there are definitely people that people forget about. I think people forget about Lindsey Graham. People forget about Bobby Jindal.
Well, some of the Democrats, there was only 3 or 4 Democrats, and they mentioned one of them, like who?
Right.
Or 2 of them, I didn't even know they were running.
Right, outside of...
And that's only 4. They never mentioned it. It's absurd. What camera are we on? This one?
We're on this one, yeah. And the viewers are entering comments right now, asking you questions.
Oh.
And Jonathan Langdale asking, hey, John, how did Trump do on SNL? Wow,
I thought he did well. I mean, he's not really an actor, but so I thought amazing to me is I would do the show, and I'd be nervous, and the guy was so relaxed, and confident.
Right.
His confidence, I think that's what's making him win. He's the most confident person I've ever seen.
It works when you're running for president.
Do you mean you?
Being the demon hunter. Did you hear about this rumor? He's asking you about this rumor that was reported on the internet a couple days ago about how there's this megastar actor that now is HIV positive. I think that's what being the demon hunter is asking.
I read that story, and I think it's just a fake story. It's one of those things that they go, let's make up a story, but we won't say any names, but we'll hint around, so it sounds it's not even a real story.
Right. So people go to their
website. So the point of that story is to have this guy asking, well, who is it? And everyone thinking, who is it, and trying to guess, and just making a thing out of that, and then more people will look at that website, and it's completely fake.
Well, I think that happens a lot, though, now with the internet. I feel like with Twitter, for example, there's sudden speculation, and next thing you know, that rumor's gone around the whole world, and everyone thinks it's real when it actually isn't. Rachel saying, question for Jon Lovitz, will there be
Well, they go, Trump's used to doing the camera, John. My goodness. I go, that's true, but it's not the same as when you're acting in a sketch. The point is, the guy's confident on The Apprentice. He's just the most confident person, period. And doing Saturday Night Live and sketches, this guy, whoever wrote that, he's never done the Saturday Night Live. It's very different. It's very different. You're running around, and you're playing sketches. It's not like The Apprentice where you're just being yourself and talking as yourself. There's a script and lines, and you're acting on scene, so it's very different. So you couldn't be more wrong. Tess.
Sid and Rachel both asking about this same question for John. Will there be any cartoons from you like the Critic? Sid wants to know, are you bringing back the Critic? Can you please say...
I'm trying to bring the Critic back.
You are?
Yeah. I want to do it as a live sitcom, which is how it was originally conceived.
Huh.
But I think the show is great. So I'm trying, but who knows what, I don't know what'll happen.
Rachel has a question.
They'll have to be a little older and heavier.
Can you please say, it stinks to make my childhood complete? That was my favorite.
It stinks.
That was for you, Rachel. Jon Lovitz was the first stand-up comic I ever watched when I was a kid. And now Mike D wants you to do the liar bit. Everyone's asking you to just do bits up here.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
So, okay, you're in town now. You're doing StandUpLive today, tomorrow, and
Sunday. Yeah.
How often do you make it out to Phoenix?
Well, not a lot, but when I was here a couple years ago working, because every weekend or every other weekend I'm traveling to a different city,
right?
Doing stand-up, and I love doing it. It's become really, really fun, and my show's very silly. It's rated R, I make fun of everybody, so it's, you know. And the thing is, a comedy club, it's all satire, and you make fun of everybody.
Right.
And now they're saying, oh, that's not politically correct. So the good news is the more they say don't say those things, the more edgier it seems like your show is.
Right.
Which it isn't. It's just silly, but they, you know, pretty soon they'll say you can't do jokes in a comedy club.
I hate that the world's become politically correct. I feel like it's unfair.
Well, I mean, I think there's a place for everything. I mean, you know, you don't want to like call people names and hurt their feelings, and you know, but what you say between your friends, you have an understanding
Right.
that they don't care and you don't care, then it's different. But I mean, I think it's more about saying let's treat everybody with respect, and everyone's a person, and forget their background. You know what I mean?
Right, but then there are people, like on the internet, for example, again, that overreact to everything or will be offended by anything. Even if you,
Yeah,
you
I
don't
mean,
mean
it's
to offend.
ridiculous, and I mean, there's certain things that are like, I'll give you the best example is Jackie Mason, who actually is a great comedian, used to be a rabbi, and he's Jewish. So he was in the 60s, he was huge, and then his career, Ed Sullivan, he did something on this variety show, and Ed Sullivan thought he flipped him off, and he didn't, but so that kind of killed his career. And then he started making a comeback in the 80s. He did a show at a small theater in Los Angeles, and he does a whole thing about Jews and Gentiles, and it got reviewed by this guy Lawrence Christian, who said, oh, it was very offensive and the Jewish people didn't like it and everything. And it was the complete opposite. The Jewish people at the show were crying laughing.
Right.
Because the stuff he was saying about the difference between Jews and non-Jews, it was all true. And he was making fun of Jewish people, and they were crying laughing because it's true. Because, and also because Jews, you know, they're known for laughing at themselves and seeing the humor in what they do. And the reviewer couldn't have been more wrong. And I remember seeing the show. He was on Broadway, and William Shatner was hosting Saturday Night Live. And I had tickets, and I said, hey, you want to go see Jackie Mason? And he goes, yeah. And William Shatner happens to be Jewish, too. So anyway, we went, and he had a whole section, the Jews and the Gentiles. And he goes, after the show, the Gentiles are going to go, you're going to get something to drink, and the Jews are going, you want to get something to eat. And I mean, and all this stuff, and the audience was just dying laughing. And William Shatner leans into me and goes, it's so true, you know. And he was making fun of it, but it was true, and it was hysterical, you know. Mm-hmm. So the difference between, like, making fun and being funny and just being, like, mean.
Right,
you know.
right. Some people are just mean. Some people are funny, and it could be offensive. And
Well, a
other
comedian,
people-
I mean, your job is to kind of, you know, do satire or irony, make fun of things, and that's your job.
Right. And
In a comedy club, it's usually the good comedians, a lot of stuff, I mean, they're funny, or they're saying things that everyone wish they could say, but they're not saying, or what they're
Right.
really thinking. I'm more in that vein of, like, I don't get it. You know, everyone's saying they get it. I go, well, I don't. And they're like, you're not supposed to say you don't understand. I go, well, I don't. You know, certain things. It's
Jonathan's
silly.
saying, don't you need politically correctness to have comedy?
Do you need it? No.
I don't think so. Rachel wants to know.
No, but that's my point. Is that everyone's saying just you're not being politically correct. It makes a regular joke seem more edgy than ever. Mm-hmm. So what makes what I'm doing go, I can't believe you're saying that. It's like, well, because of that environment. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like basically it's like when there's, you know, alcohol, and they had in the 30s or late 20s and 30s they had prohibition, so alcohol was illegal.
Right.
So because they made it illegal, it made drinking seem more daring than ever.
That's true.
So that's what political correctness does to comedy.
Jonathan Langdale, so look at Trump's recent tweet. See if John laughs at Trump's recent tweet. Okay. Let's see. We're just going to pull this up over here. And
Happy Friday the 13th.
let's see. Is that the latest one?
Yeah. Thank you, Iowa. I appreciate all of your support. Oh, what? Oh, let's see. Well, let's see.
Oh, here we go.
So that's Ben Carson.
Yeah.
I can't hear it.
Oh, what is he? Let's see. Here, let me. Here it is.
Oh. Oh, because it says pathological liar.
Wow.
A large camp in Nashville. I tried to stab him in the abdomen. What? Does it fit with the guy who you knew? No.
How does this have to be? I mean, is this the one that he's talking about in the chat room?
Oh, probably because it's pathological liar.
I had a large camping knife and I tried to stab him in the abdomen. What? Does it
I don't think that Carson's lying.
Lying about his upbringing?
No, about saying he tried to stab somebody.
Yeah, I don't think he'd make that up.
No, why? That's like not a good thing.
Right. Normally, if you're going to make things
I don't
up,
think you
you're
would
going to
make that up. Or I tried to hit my mother in the head with a hammer. I don't think you would just go, I have an idea. I'll pretend I did that for my book. No, I don't think he's making it up at all.
Right.
Why would you make something up like that? That would be crazy.
You want to make up things like, I'm a really good human being and I saved 5 people's lives. I rescued 3 people
I
from
think
the
he's saying
ocean.
he had a bad temper, and I think it's true. And then he realized he had an epiphany, and he changed.
We're getting more questions from the chat room. Don't want to ignore you guys out there. I see Hapalea asking, John, are you still a Subway spokesman? And if so, what do you think of the Jared scandal? Okay.
Well, of course, I did it for 2 years, and then they decided Subway is a franchise. Mm-hmm. Subway is a franchise, and every franchise puts money into a giant pot for advertising. Mm. And they have a franchise board, and they voted 8-6 not to bring me back and bring back Jared. And I met Jared, who was a very nice guy. What do I think of it now? I think it's horrible, And obviously it's true, which, you go, well, is it true or not? Well, he paid everybody, and he's going to jail. I mean, it's all horrible.
It is. He's facing
and very shocking. And I'd met him. He's a nice guy, and I'm shocked that, and I mean, it's awful. And all I can say is I told you to hire me back.
Subway, this wouldn't have happened if you just hired John back and not Jared.
No.
Right?
No. Well. No, but I mean that he's doing that. I think it's tragic that he did it for the victims, and I think though, and tragic for his life that this is like a great American success story, and then that happens. But I think that it's good that they caught him so that he can't do it anymore. I mean, it's disgusting.
Question.
It's awful.
I know that you mentioned wanting to bring back the Critic.
What are your plans?
What are your future
Slowing down. No, I want to work more. I love working. I'm in a movie, Ridiculous 6, on Netflix with Adam Sandler. I did a movie with David Hasselhoff and Ken Jeong called Killing Hasselhoff. And this year's been good. I did Hawaii Five-0 a couple times.
Nice.
It's been a good year, and then doing the stand-up. I like working. I mean, it's fun for me. I enjoy
right.
it. Most actors they like it. It's a fun job.
Let's see. I thought Trump's tweet was funny because they played Jason Killer music in the background. Okay. Now we're getting some clarification on why he thought, why he liked
Mom and
it.
Dad Saved the World. Oh, I'm glad someone saw Mom and Dad Saved the World. I liked it.
Where? Oh, Rob Heck. I like your part in it as Emperor Todd Spango. What of all you've been in this industry for decades now. What stands out as some of your most memorable moments?
Well, League of Their Own was great, fun. Being on Saturday Night Live, of course, was the break of a lifetime. And then if you go on the internet or YouTube, you can see the first time I was on the Tonight Show. It was March 28th, 1986. I did my liar character. That's the first time I did on TV. And on the Tonight Show. That was probably the biggest thrill. And I look at it now, I go, oh, there's my son.
Oh, God.
It's like 30 years ago, and 30 years and 50 pounds ago.
Wow, March 28th?
Yeah.
1985.
I'll never forget that day. Yeah, that was a huge break, and I was very excited. And I'd been on one television program before that, on a cable show, The Paper Chase, the second year. So that was my second time ever on TV.
Wow. And did you start doing comedy in Los Angeles, New York? Where did...
Well, I did plays in high school. I'm from Los Angeles, and then I was a drama major in college at UC Irvine, and then I took a class for a camera, acting in front of the camera, film actors workshop with a guy, Tony Barr, who wrote a great book, Acting for the Camera. And I did that for a year and a half. Then I went to New York for 11 months, and I was in the Renaissance Fair, which was fun, and I did this play, an Oscar Wilde play, Lady Windermere's Fan. But I wasn't getting any work, so I moved back to Los Angeles. And then I started at the Groundlings Theater, which was all comedy, and
Right.
in that for 3 years. And then, so on the Tonight Show here, I was in the Groundlings. I'd gotten in the main company in September of '84, and in January of 1985 they did a new show, and I was doing my liar character in it. And we got great reviews in the Hollywood Reporter. So next thing I know, I found out we're going on the Tonight Show, and I'm doing that character. And
So it all just kind of happened really quickly. One after another.
right, that year, and then that got me an agent. I got auditions. I got a movie with Charles Grodin, and at the same time they were auditioning for Saturday Night Live, and Lorne Michaels was back, and Charles Grodin recommended me to Lorne, and Lorraine Newman, who'd been in the original cast, recommended me, and so like that right there, like I'm dead broke, and then by September I'm on Saturday Night Live, and a year later the whole country's imitating this character. And I had a deal to do a movie, which it didn't happen. It was disappointing. But this kicked off
Everything?
a year later, yeah.
So you're saying that you actually started acting before you went into comedy?
I just did straight acting for 10 years. And I had one job on the show The Paper Chase the second year, which was a series based on the movie about people at Harvard Law School and students there. And then 3 years later, I'm on TV doing this, So it took me a long time.
Right. I mean, that's
it felt like it.
Well, I think that's the thing that people forget at home is that there's so much that happens in the entertainment
Wait
industry.
a minute, what am I on? Am I on here and off here? Look at that square. Is this half my face? Now my face is not
Now
at all.
you're on.
I'm on or off?
You're on. You can see half your face. Now you're in.
Look at that. See, if you look at me on YouTube and then you see me in 85 and now, this is the argument, don't get fat. I look at that, it looks like my kid. There's my son.
That was also 30 years ago.
I know.
So
I know, but it's just weird because I remember doing it in my brain. But it looks so,
That's awesome. Well, you
Well,
mentioned
that's time.
a lot of the projects you've worked on. I see a couple of viewers have asked a similar question.
Charlie Sheen's great. When the Jon Lovitz sex tape coming out. If you go to Funny or Die, you can see the Jon Lovitz sex tape. See?
Where am I going?
That's not it. Well, it used to be on there.
Yeah, I'll search.
ITZ. Do you do this?
Typing?
Oh, there it is.
Oh, J-Lo. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, J-Lo sex tape.
Can I play this?
If you want. Are you playing it to your audience now?
I mean, I'm going through it to make sure, to see.
It's very funny. There's nothing.
Nothing inappropriate.
Well,
Yeah.
that might be.
I feel like as I'm getting approval right now.
You can't. There's no nudity.
There's no nudity. Okay, so
I don't know. What is this on?
now it's on the screen.
Oh, are we on the internet?
Yeah, we are.
I think I got it working.
Can I skip over parts? Maybe.
No.
No, don't skip over any of it.
It's funny. Can they hear it still?
Yeah,
now?
they can hear it.
Yeah, this guy wrote it. You should look. The guy wrote it and directed it.
Jealous?
I just acted in it. But it was a funny idea.
So ABC said, oh, we love it. They ordered 13 shows. They canceled it after 7. So then we went on to Fox.
Talking about the
We were
Critic.
right at The Simpsons. Held 90% of the audience. They canceled it anyway. And Jim Brooks said, what are you doing? You're canceling a hit. You would have watched another season, huh?
Yes!
Oh God.
No.
All right.
Watch, it's funny.
Oh, I'm so proud of them.
See, it's like
There's
I
gonna be a
recorded
girl
over a
after
bar
this,
mitzvah.
right?
Oh, that's funny.
This is not a pretty picture. This is giving me nightmares.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine that coming at
When
you.
did you shoot this?
I think a couple years ago.
Oh my gosh. The things that people ask to watch in the chat room.
doctor, you going to do
Okay.
me a
I probably should cut out of this
exam?
part.
No, not you don't see anything.
I know, but the next thing I know is Fox Corporate, knocking down my door.
It's just me as a doctor.
Here we go. We'll show this.
Hi. Can I get up a strong sandwich? Yeah, on rye toast.
Oh my God. The chat room.
Well, I hope that answers that question.
They're loving it. Ha ha ha. This is hysterical. She's hotter than J-Lo. Oh my God.
Yeah, that girl is very pretty.
Rob Heck, I would have loved to seen a sex tape with Joan Rivers and John.
Joan Rivers, a very nice lady.
That is. Oh, I hear a bark. Can we introduce your dog?
That's my. All right.
I feel like
Oh, he wants. Come on.
he is really eager to meet everyone, and we have a lot of dog lovers that watch.
This is Jerry Bruckheimer
Hi.
III.
Hello.
What are you? Jerry.
Oh my gosh, this is so cute. How old is he?
4.5. He likes me. I can't believe it. He's leaning against me a lot. He's a good-looking dog, isn't he?
He is. He is. Jerry Bruckheimer III is his name?
That's his name. The cat was second, and then there's Jerry Bruckheimer, the original.
Does he have a nickname?
Jerry.
Not like JB?
No. Gerard.
Hi.
Hello, how rude.
Sleepy. So does he travel everywhere with you? Is that what I overheard?
Is this thing on?
No, as soon as he gets up here, he's all quiet. He doesn't want to bark anymore. Here, say
No,
something.
he wanted to be with me.
He doesn't want to say anything.
He just wanted to be with me.
Oh, he's so cute. So do you bring him out on stage during your shows? Or does he
No.
he just travels with you?
He's not a performer. He's a
You
dog.
never know. He might have secret talent.
He's usually he's in the green room listening to my act and taking notes, writing jokes. Oh, I thought of this one. I thought of this one.
Oh, you should punch this joke up with that.
Yeah, and he's like, God, I'm a dog. I'm funnier than you. I'm like, all right.
Tessin, I love that you travel with your pooch, Hapalea. That dog is so cute. Hapalea, look at his teeth, saying, a cute smile, little guy. OMG puppy, he's got a little underbite.
Yes.
I think more people...
He's actually done some shows. I did a movie called Mother's Day. It's coming out Mother's Day. It stars, well, I mean, I have a small part in it. It stars Jennifer Aniston and Julia Roberts and Kate Hudson and Jason Sudeikis, and I mean, it's a huge cast, and he's in it. Jerry's in it.
Mm-hmm. What does he play? A dog, I assume.
He plays a cat. See how he hides my... Look. Now look, I've just lost 10 pounds.
That's the real reason you bring Jerry everywhere.
Look now, look. You can't see the fat under me. Now, I look like I did. No. And then... Look at him on camera. Look. Are you looking?
On this one? Or
can
yeah,
you see?
I see him there, yeah. He's so cute.
I know. And then I'm... there's a new cartoon on HBO you guys might like. Look for, I think in January, called Animals. And it's about animals in New York.
It's a cartoon.
Where do you usually go for beer? Oh, I don't drink at all. I don't know. I've never liked beer. So, I don't care if you do. I just don't.
Can you give us a ventriloquist act, John Montadar wants to know? I think they mean with your dog.
Oh. It's Jay then. Yo, what up? I said, how's everybody doing? No, I don't know. I don't know why he's not saying anything.
He's not camera shy though.
No, he has 3 credits.
Does he have an IMDb
So he's in
page?
Animals. I do an intro. He's in Animals, and he actually got paid. He doesn't know it. And then wait, what
You're
else?
like the equivalent of a stage mom now, or stage dad.
Yes.
Pimping out your dog. Make me money. Hi.
Something else he did. I forget what. But he's got 3 credits. Oh, now he's doing. Oh, he's doing talk shows. He was on on the Fox network on a live streaming show. He did that.
Oh. Mm-hmm. I wonder where. Can we add? Is he on IMDb?
No.
Not yet. We'll get him some IMDb credits. Well, he has them. He just needs a page. Well, Rob's saying, John, it was great seeing you on FNN and responding to our questions. You are a great man and a great comedian. John Doe saying,
thank you,
Dog
Rob.
has a interesting personality. Ale saying, thank you for your input, Mr. Lovitz. Ale is the guy that asked about beer, interestingly enough.
Oh.
Makes sense based on the name, right?
Yes.
I have to go. I'm really pushing the clock here. Love you, Jon Lovitz. Absolutely adore everything about you. Good luck with your new project.
Thank you.
Has Jerry met Grumpy Cat?
No.
Grumpy Cat's from Arizona. You can make that happen this weekend.
Is that cat is it really grumpy? And I saw a picture of it. It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's like it's just in a bad mood.
Always. Grumpy Cat was here in the newsroom sometime in the last couple months. And definitely was grumpy. I think even is grumpy when it's happy. Grumpy Cat is the animal that's been making millions of dollars, surprisingly. We need to get Jerry in on this, though.
Maybe he's French. You know, the French are all like... You ever been to France? They're all like this. They're all like... Literally, they're all like...
Rob Heck saying, John, do you have a Facebook page or Twitter? You have both. Here's his Twitter.
On Twitter, at Real Jon Lovitz.
Let's pull that one up right here.
Don't do the Facebook. I just have friends on there. But this is my Twitter.
This is where
I guess I should do a fan.
Like a fan page?
Yes. On Facebook, I guess.
People can find you. Oh, you're with Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah, that was in New York, and when he did his show on Broadway there, so I went to see him. He was in the Groundlings, you know, and I remember seeing him there, and when I was like 20, and he was just great, you know. And of course, everyone thought, oh, maybe I could have a career like Paul Rubens, like Pee Wee. And he's always been very nice to me, so I went to see his show.
Let's go through some of your tweets. I guess Starbucks Red Holiday Cups mean they hate.
I said, I guess Starbucks Red Holiday Cup means they hate Jews. Stretch. That's the most ridiculous thing. That's the kind of stuff that's like, I go, why is it anyone... Well, some pastor is offended.
The pastor's from here, too, in Arizona.
Well, it's ridiculous. It's like, what? How does it even cross your mind? That's what I don't get. Anyway, the colors are red and green like a Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was clever. They're not like banging it over the head, but I get it. And who cares?
Yeah, I think that guy just wanted some press attention, and he got it.
Yeah.
See what else people are tweeting.
What are the questions?
You had some fun in El Paso, it seems.
Yeah, I was just there.
So you've been touring everywhere. How many weeks of the year do you tour? Do you tour every weekend, or I mean?
Lately, yeah, it depends. It's like every or you know, 2 or 3 in a row, then take a week off, then back again.
And you have a comedy club too in Los Angeles, right?
Not anymore.
Not
no.
anymore.
No.
Interesting.
Oh, there's you see Adam Sandler's Ridiculous Six. The Western. See, that got in trouble. That makes fun of everything in Westerns.
Oh, is this the one with the Native Americans?
Yeah, there were, but that was just a bunch of crap. That was like 200 extras and people, and then one, it was like a planned thing, and they complained about stuff, and they never went to the director. They never said anything to him. And there's an Indian named Smoking Fox, which is supposed to be a pretty Indian. Well, they didn't mention that one. They weren't upset about that.
This is what I'm talking about. People are always offended.
But they weren't really offended. It was ridiculous. And the movie's pro-Indian, and that's the ironic thing about it. And Adam in the movie is raised by he's basically his mother's dead, his father abandons him, and he's raised by Indians who are great to him. So it doesn't make them look bad at all. It's pro, if anything. It makes them look kind and loving and moral. But it's a comedy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you're like Blazing Saddles. You're satirizing the names. Like, you know, you'd have an Indian name, I think, I don't know if it's real, like Running Deer. Why? Because he's as fast as a deer, you know. So it's like spoofing those kinds of names.
So
with names that make you laugh. Then you go, why would anyone name their daughter Beaver Breath? Why are you laughing? Because it's ridiculous. It's just
right.
Look at that. You see Vanilla Ice in there. He's playing Mark Twain, and he's like rapping.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it couldn't be more silly.
Is that?
And it's a fun movie. It looks great. That was Rob Schneider.
Was there a Taylor Lautner in there, or did I? Just
Yeah,
see
Taylor
that? I was
Lautner.
gonna say, is that the Twilight
He's one.
guy?
Yeah, it's Adam is all these brothers. Yeah, that's Taylor Lautner, Terry Crews.
Oh yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
They're all brothers.
Fox show.
Yeah, Taylor's hilarious. He plays like a real dumb character. That's Harvey Keitel, Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider.
So this is out on Netflix, December.
Yeah, it'll be on Netflix.
December
I mean, it's one of his funniest movies. That was that real quick shot. That was John Turturro as Abner Doubleday. It's like all these people from back then. You know,
That means we
I'm in a scene where I play the wealthiest guy in the Western United States, and there's a David Spade as General George Custer, and Vanilla Ice is Mark Twain, and Blake Shelton plays Wyatt Earp, and they're all coming to my house to play cards. Well, it never happened. It's just silly, you know. Like I have to even say, never see. That's Adam's father who raised him.
Wow.
That guy was an actor in the movie. He's an Indian. He didn't want any part of the protest. He said, "This is ridiculous." He goes, "It's a comedy."
People get offended for the attention. It's like the pastor.
Well, I think they use it to get attention for their cause.
And with the internet, all you have to do is send a few tweets. Someone else will pick it up, and next thing you know, it's all over. I feel like.
Well, I mean, the other part of it is that Starbucks is a it's America. It's an independent corporation, and if that's what they want to put out as their Christmas cup, then
right, they're not obligated.
They can.
They're not
obligated. You can't tell them, no, you have to put this on the cup, and it's like, what? It's their company, and it looks Christmassy. I don't get it. I mean, the guy just did it for attention. It's ridiculous. They even have to even talk about it is absurd. So they go, look at Dunkin' Donuts cup. I mean, I'm Jewish, so I could say, well, why isn't there a Jewish Starbucks cup? It's like, well, who thinks like that?
They should just keep all the cups quiet.
Narcissists. So that's why I tweeted that, because it's so ridiculous. Like, oh, they don't have a Jewish cup. It means they hate Jews. Of course, I'm being sarcastic.
Obviously.
Duh.
But next thing you know, someone's going to take that out of context, and it's like Jon Lovitz is, starting a campaign against Starbucks. All they have to do is clip that little part.
Yeah, well, you just said that. Of course, I'm
there we
not.
Go now. I was exaggerating, guys.
I'm starting a campaign against a company that sells hot chocolate.
Oh my God.
Are there any other questions?
Yeah, there's one from Ale. John, do you take at least a few notes before every comedy event, or do your funny jokes come through while on stage? You have a set. I have
a set, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess it's prepared, and then.
But sometimes I'm on stage, and if I think of something, at the moment, sometimes I say it, and sometimes I go, I can't say that. Yeah.
Do you have any advice out there for people in the chat room that might want to try stand-up?
Do I what?
Do you have any advice out there for viewers out there, people in the chat room that might want to try stand-up?
Yeah, well, Dana Carvey gave me some great advice. He goes, have fun on stage. My advice is be funny the way you're funny. And then Dana taught me this. He goes, do a short setup in as few words as possible, and then try to think of a lot of jokes on one topic. A lot of beginning comedians, they'll do a long setup at 5 minutes, and then one joke, and then switch. And then do another long setup and one joke and switch. And Dana said that's a recipe for exhausting the audience. And but the main thing is to be funny the way you're funny. But you got to get up on stage a lot and practice. You can't just get up. I have an hour. You start slow. A minute, 2 minutes, and then I say listen to the audience. If they laugh, it's working. If they don't laugh, it's something about your delivery or the way you worded it. Because I've done that a lot where I'll have a funny idea. I know the idea is funny, and then I'll say it and they're not laughing. So I don't blame the audience. I blame me. I go, well, all right, I'm not setting it up right. Because I know it's funny, and then after a while I figure it out. And you can always get better. I mean, my act, I'm always honing it and refining it and trying to improve it. And then Johnny Carson had the best advice. He goes, get to the jokes quick. So you cut out the fat. You say what you can in as few words as possible, because you want as many laughs as possible.
Right.
I mean, you're there to make the audience laugh. That's the main thing. So however you're funny, be funny that way.
You mentioned just, you continually work on your jokes and revise them. Do you do a lot of the revisions on the road, or are you dropping into comedy clubs and just kind of popping in and doing sets?
Well, I'm working so much. No, so I just do it on the road, and I think about it, a lot. But I've been doing it, I mean, I've been trying to be funny since I'm 5, so it's not like, you know what I mean? So
you've been doing it forever, so it just comes naturally.
No, it doesn't come naturally, but you have to, you learn how to do it. I mean, but it's mostly practice. I mean, I'm way better now than I was 12 years ago. Even after 2 years, I started headlining. I had 5 minutes, then I did 10, then I opened for Norm Macdonald, then I started co-headlining with Norm, and then I started doing headlining. And when I started headlining, it was like 10 years ago, but I know that I'm way better now than I was 10 years ago, because I keep trying to improve. Like, what I do is, like, I'll do a show, and then I'll think about what worked or what didn't. What did I learn from that show, and then carry it on to the next show. Mm-hmm. So that's how you can improve every show, if you do that consciously. And you just remember when you're up there, So.
All right. Well, it looks like we have to wrap up. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, introducing us to Jerry Bruckheimer III, and answering all the viewer questions.
My favorite comedian, Woody Allen was my favorite comedian. That's it.
Oh my gosh, and then all the questions keep coming. As soon as you say goodbye, everyone's like, no, don't go. More questions. AL saying, Jon Lovitz, what comedians inspired you to become a greater...
Woody Allen.
Huh.
But
Tess, you mentioned be funny in the way that you're funny. Tess is saying, like Hillary Clinton trying to deliver the punchline. It doesn't work for her. Everyone has a different personality out there watching. So
she's not really a comedian, so, but sometimes she's funny, Hillary Clinton.
I think all the candidates are funny in their own ways. Especially
Donald Trump. What happens is you're on stage and you're trying your act, and then say something bombs, and then you make and then you stop trying to act like a comedian, and you make a little comment as yourself, and the audience laughs at that. And you're like, they're laughing at that. I wasn't even trying to be funny. I was just being me. Well, that's what they laugh at, the honesty of that, and then you start realizing, be me.
Don't try too hard to be what you.
Don't try to act like a comedian. There isn't such a thing. That's just be your personality on stage. Mm-hmm. What's unique about you? The same in acting, and put that into your work.
All right.
But there's no rules. You can, as long as they're laughing, you can do whatever you want on stage.
And people can come see you on stage tonight, tomorrow, and Sunday.
Yes.
Stand Up Live, downtown Phoenix. It's very exciting.
I'm looking forward to it. I gotta go take a nap now, so I can do the show tonight.
Thanks for introducing us to your dog, and thanks for hanging out
and
taking all the views.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, and guys, make sure to follow Jon on Twitter. You can see his Twitter page right there.